So CCIV was the next big thing. Everybody told me that I had no idea what I was talking about, and this is going to be the next big thing, and this thing's going to $70 a share, this and that, all of this nonsense. More and more hype. If we just take a look right here in the just basic financials, they don't make money, they don't have PE, they don't do anything special. All of this was because of this Lucid company. Now, is Lucid a great car? Yes, it is. But there's something that we need to understand. Let me pull up here just so I have a blank screen. Okay. This goes for acquisitions. This goes for mergers. And Don actually came to me and he said that this thing was, there's a lot of people out there that are, this thing is going to go to 70. Don did not say it's going to 70. He said there's people saying it's going to go to 70. And I thought to myself, well, that doesn't make any sense that the company that is merging in and taking on the risk is going to go to $70, is going to go up in price. It just doesn't make sense. But the fact that nothing makes sense anymore made me think, okay, maybe it is a possibility. But what is actually supposed to happen did happen, and we're seeing that. So if you have a merger, you have the company Lucid. They are the ones that need help. You have this Churchill Capital, CCIV. They're the ones that have the help, that are coming to the rescue. The company that, if, let's say, for example, that Lucid was a public company. If this agreement happened, this merger happened, Lucid would most likely, because they are the beneficiaries of this, they would go up in price. And what should happen, and what is happening, is that CCIV should go down in price. They're the company taking the risk. Now, you see this, start paying attention to this. Doesn't matter if you want to buy the companies, doesn't matter if you want to, doesn't matter anything. What I want you guys to do is pay attention and just notice when mergers and acquisitions happen. For example, when Bristol Myers decided to buy Celgene for $74 billion, Bristol Myers dropped in price, Celgene skyrocketed in price because they were the ones getting the cash and being acquired for $74 billion. When you had Louis Vuitton acquiring Tiffany, Tiffany went up in price, Louis Vuitton went down because Louis Vuitton is the one taking on the risk. So what was supposed to happen, 9 times out of 10 did happen with CCIV. So let's take a look at this and see what we're going to do with it, because this is, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that are losing their ass. So first of all, Churchill's a complete hype stock. They've been public since the end of September. And they basically did nothing for a very long time until they got involved with this Lucid thing, and then obviously they started moving up. Now, if you wanted to, you can even see, let me zoom in here on our long-term chart. You can even see that when they were an uptrend, they were so in and out, they could not hold this trend line. Remember, we have to be red line above yellow for to have any level of confidence here, like it was right in here, but you can see the stock price didn't move. So we dropped below 80%. We pop back up, and here we are coming down through 80% again. So this is total hype. This is very typical of what you see with a hype stock. Anybody that's been following me for any length of time should have known that if they were playing this stock, they should have been using stops because of the immense volatility on it and that it's in the news as much as it is. So right now this morning we're down 32%. We have a massive gap down. And it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. We've broken resistance. Of course, there's not a 200-day moving average, which would be our white line, but it's moving towards our 25, 50, and 100-day moving average, and we're going to see what happens. So if you were in this, man, I don't know what to tell you at this point. I guess you can, if you've really lost a lot of money on this morning, the good news is this is an initial reaction. It may not be this way. It's very likely that this thing could gap up tomorrow and you could end up here tomorrow. Now, it's also very likely that you can gap down to this 25 or this 50-day moving average area tomorrow. So, moral of the story, if you're trading stocks like this, do what I say and use stops because they're risky. If you're doing anything in this EV sector, it is a very unknown sector right now. The Tesla lovers can argue with me all day long. This is a very unknown sector. And Tesla is the leader of the industry, and they still don't consistently make money. Their quality control sucks. Their CEO is crazy. We need to have a little bit more of a foundation in this whole industry. Don't get me wrong. I love Tesla cars. I love Elon Musk, but he's off his rocker. So that's what we're going to do with this. So if you want to do something with this, we are turning into a downtrend. We're still not broken through this 80%. And even if it does break through 80%, this is not necessarily a stock that I would want to short personally, just because of the volatility that you see. Any kind of news can throw this thing positive or negative. So there's better stocks out there. Now, if you want to day trade it, different story, and we'll get to that in a second. Over on a swing trade, you can see that we've come down and just held this. There's a support level right here. You can see it at the top of these candlesticks. So let's see if it holds that. Again, the problem is I don't have a lot of chart to go based off of because this thing only launched in September. So I can't go back and say support is here, resistance is here. We are definitely in a downward trend moving through the sweet spot. But based on today, I would not touch this thing. I would let this thing settle down, see which direction it goes in. Hey, maybe this morning, this is the initial reaction, and we close the day up here at $50, $55 a share. Who knows? Because there is a support line here. So if we can get through this support line, it might be a little bit difficult for it to pull back through that $52.31 area. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's a possibility. So just stay calm, and if you were short on this for any reason, take your profits and run. Now, for a day trade, we can see that overnight this thing got hammered, down 30%, and it's kind of just stabilized here through this morning. And right now it is 8:30 in the morning. What would I do? So I'm just keeping an eye on our stochastic down here. There is a possibility that we can day trade this as a long position today. If this thing, we're starting to make, this is not going to happen, we're an hour before market open, but we have a nice candlestick engulfing, possibly another one. If we can get a few engulfing candlesticks this morning, and then we open the market and it just continues to go like this, hey, throw a day trade on it. Maybe it's going to recover this. Maybe it'll recover 10% of this minus 30+%. Who knows? Stochastic is trending in the right direction, which is good for any day trader if they want to do something long. But that's really it. If you guys want to do something with this, just make sure you're patient. There's no sense of jumping into this today. And I did just notice that this is hard to borrow. And remember what I said about hard to borrow. Hard to borrow means that it's very difficult to short this stock because there's either A, a lot of short positions, or B, the SEC won't let you short it because they don't want the stock to tank. You saw this with Boeing back when there was when the MAX went down and then everything happened with the plague. We started seeing that they were not allowing, or they were making it more difficult for you to short Boeing. Good or bad, I don't know, more government regulation. What do you want me to do about it? So this is, that's what I got on CCIV. So I know I'm not really telling you, this is not your normal video where I'm saying you should go and buy it or sell it. This is more of one where I'm going to say, if you want to trade the way that I do, and I'm more conservative, then we need to just sit back, let today play out, and go from there. Because I do not believe that you should be jumping in and out of these hype things trying to get rich quick, which is basically what these things are. I would be a lot more comfortable waiting a year, see what happens with Lucid, see what happens with CCIV, and if it does develop into something where they actually become a company that makes money, then, hey, I jump on board. I'm not totally against EVs. I actually think they're pretty cool cars, and I think Lucid is one of the best cars out there. I remember in 2018, I bought Tesla at $165 a share, and I sold it for $265 a share within like 2 weeks or something stupid like that. At that time, that's when I first discovered Lucid. And it was probably 3 weeks after I discovered Lucid, the Saudis put $1 billion into their company. And I said, okay, this thing, it's legit. It's getting backing from other countries. They're not just relying on themselves. And now we have Churchill coming in. So this Lucid company has to have something. If you go on their website and look at their cars are absolutely beautiful. They seem to be more of the car that is going towards the luxury clientele instead of what Tesla's kind of doing and trying to make the majority of their cars being able to just put them on the road and getting as many consumers in them as possible. So These might be more of the I don't know, whatever high-end brand car is that that is expensive. I mean, from what I've seen, it looks like they're over $100,000. So it's going to be in that echelon car. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep a watch on this. Maybe I'll put out another video next week when things settle down and we get a good direction. But this merger, from what I understand, is happening. Churchill and Lucid, and clearly the Churchill investors do not like the position that this company is taking, because they are down right now about 33%. So that's it for this morning. You guys have a great day and good luck to you.